they're no more likely to respect the rules of the road.
I mean, the couriers that we stop in the city, they're the main culprits for committing the offences. Excuse me.
And when this courier is stopped for an offence,
I'm rather late to that, all right? I saw you.
I swear.
he displays all the signs of road rage.
Calm down. Because if you keep swearing and you keep shouting, you keep getting angry, then you'll be nicked, and that's what you don't want that.
Also, you're getting stressed and your hair falls down.
Just calm down.
Some people are actually very annoyed. They cycle a lot and they don't like the fact that they're being pulled up on something that they believe they're not doing anything wrong.
I'm not going nowhere, mate. What do you think I'm going to run off for you lot standing there? Yeah. Well, what do you think? I'm stupid?
No, you're fitter than me.
I tell you what, if you don't calm down, I will arrest you.
For what,
all right?
then?
Public order offence. I said calm down, or I will nick you. All right?
Come to go to work and you geese.
I said calm down.
He got very angry very quickly, so that it would put the pressure on us to deal with him quickly, just give him his ticket and be on his way.
No, not the cuffs, please. Right. Not the cuffs, please. Not the cuffs, man. Look, I've got a bad arm. Not the cuffs, please. Well, I'm telling you, man. Look, my arm's fucked. Please don't put them up.
Okay. I'm not all right?
1,200 naked cyclists who want to show the world that they're the most vulnerable ones on the roads.
When you're naked, you feel incredibly vulnerable. And the feeling of vulnerability that you feel when you're naked is really the same as when you're cycling. You've got all these huge vehicles, and as a cyclist, you're one of these tiny, tiny little things. You just got your pedal power.
But not everyone is impressed by the naked bodies, especially the male ones.
I'm very upset that all these gentlemen with small willies are holding me up from getting my train that I cannot walk to because I've had an operation on my knees and I cannot walk. I have to rely on this taxi to get me where I'm going, and this lot have held me up, so I've now missed my train. And they've all got the smallest willies I've ever seen.
Naked and invulnerable, but what about the most vulnerable road user of them all, the pedestrian? They're not even safe on zebra crossings.
She was hit on this lane. Her body was dragged all the way to here. I come here because I miss my wife. She was so young. My dreams are shattered. My life is finished.
As you've heard, cyclists are responsible for part of the mayhem on London streets, running red lights and terrorising pedestrians. They call them lycra louts, but cyclists ask, what choice have they got? So they've created their own road rules, but they come at huge risk.
This is CCTV footage of a 26-year-old cyclist, Jane McVitie, being crushed to death by a cement lorry as it turned left with her trapped on the inside. Revisiting the scene of the crash, Jane's mother, Cynthia, believes that it is not cyclists, but lorry drivers who need to take more responsibility over fatal collisions like this.
The word that people seem to use most about road crashes is road accident. And actually, that is such an insult. It's bordering on a swear word as far as I'm concerned, because it's clear that road deaths are quite definitely not accidents. They are all preventable and avoidable, and they do not need to happen. She was pushing against the lorry, trying to push herself away from it, but it hit her wheels and then dragged her underneath. And one of the wheels ran over her head, and she was killed instantly. When I eventually got to the coroner's office, I asked if I could see her. And I was told that I wasn't going to be allowed to see her, so I never did see her.
The driver of the lorry was prosecuted, but maintained he did not see Jane in his mirrors. He was absolved of any blame.
The driver shrugged his shoulders and said blind spot in the mirror, and the magistrates gave me a written judgment which said the lorry's natural blind spot. This is nonsense, complete nonsense. It just makes me very, very, very angry.
In February 2007, this Greenman crossing near Buckingham Palace became a death trap when 33-year-old Iveta Iravanian was run over and killed on the crossing by a National Express coach.
She was hit on this lane, very close to the pavement, and her body was dragged all the way. Her body was dragged all the way to here. This is where the bus stopped.
Now, her husband Leo comes here every day to place flowers to mark her memory and draw attention to the danger at this crossing.
Look at this. Come and film this. Look, this is a National Express coach coming past the pedestrian coach. This is a National Express coach, which they killed her by National Express. And look where he's parking. They should be ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed of themselves. Look at the junction. Look where he stopped. He has passed the crossing.
Leo Iravanian has been raging at this crossing for 3 months, and he's been heard. Recently, Transport for London changed the angle and the phasing of the lights. So Leo's protest has made the crossing safer for pedestrians. But it can't bring his wife back.
I come here because I miss my wife. I miss my wife so much. She was so young. My dreams are shattered. My life is finished.
The battle for Britain's roads is far from over, and there are no signs that the motorists, cyclists, bikers and pedestrians are any closer to being able to share and let live.
Weaving through traffic strikes terror in your heart. Car drivers break all the rules for a start. A blinding rush to get from A to B. What on the roads is anarchy?
I think the miserable reality of the future is that different tribes of the road are not going to get along. Actually, we're just getting worse and worse. People are getting more het up. There are more fights happening. There's more abuse being shouted at between different road users.
The car driver, the cyclist, is a pedestrian at some point. Things that will benefit them when they're a pedestrian are in their interests, and so they need to kind of work together to look at these things.
You're all using the roads, we're all road users, we're all trying to get from A to B as quickly and as safely as possible, and I just think we just need to try and be a little more tolerant. Whether that'll happen, we'll wait and see.
That's in the UK, but it could just as easily be